chess game between Amogh Pradeep and Korol Bubey played on 14th November 2023. In this intense battle of wits and strategy, Amogh Pradeep took on the role of white, commencing the game with the classical move 1. e4. This move not only opens up lines for the queen and bishop but also firmly establishes white's presence in the center of the board. Responding symmetrically, Korol Bubey, as black, mirrored white's opening by playing 1. e5, an effective strategy to control the center and create harmony between the knights and bishops. With 2. d4, white initiated a central pawn break, challenging black's control over the central squares. In response, Korol Bubey opted for 2. ext4, capturing white's central pawn on d4. White continued with 3. c3, an aggressive move that aimed to exploit the open position of black's queen and bishop on the d5. Black countered with 3. d5, a powerful reply that immediately challenges white's central dominance and leads to the exchange of pawns. White's move 4. ext5 saw the capture of black's pawn on d5 and black reciprocated with 4. qxt5. This move effectively developed black's queen while maintaining central control. Both sides had successfully initiated their development and made early pawn exchanges. White's pawn on d5 was well defended with 5. cxt4 and black's 5. nc6 effectively developed a knight and applied pressure on the d4 pawn. White continued their development by playing 6. nf3, which not only developed the knight but also defended the d4 pawn. With the knights and bishops actively participating in the game, the position was dynamically balanced. Black introduced a tactical element with 6. bg4, pinning white's knight to the king, a classic and effective maneuver in the opening. White chose to break the pin with 7. b3, a natural move that developed the bishop and unpinned the knight. In response, black played 7. bb4 plus, a check that forced white's king to move. White's king moved to d1, creating some weaknesses in the kingside pawn structure, but this was a tactical necessity to break the check. Black, continuing their development, played 8. nf6, bringing out another knight and adding more pressure on the d4 pawn. The game was balanced at this point, with both sides having developed their minor pieces and prepared to castle. However, the pivotal moment in the game arrived when white decided to castle kingside with 10. qd3. While castling is generally a good idea for king safety, this move turned out to be a strategic error as it allowed black to castle kingside with 10. Effectively securing the king's position and putting black in a more favorable situation. With kings castled on opposite sides of the board, the middle game phase began with both players maneuvering their pieces and making strategic decisions. However, white's position started to deteriorate when they played 11. Seemingly connecting their rooks but inadvertently weakening their position. Black seized the opportunity by capturing the knight on c3 with 11. nxc3, gaining material advantage. White played 12. bxc3, opening up the b-file and creating threats against black's position. Black responded with 12. b7, a retreat that aimed to keep the position solid. Nevertheless, black held a material advantage at this point, having captured white's knight. The game's critical juncture unfolded when white played 13. c4, a move that added pressure to black's position. In response, black played 13. qh5, positioning the queen aggressively and targeting white's h3 pawn. White responded with 14. H3 upon move that forced black's bishop to retreat to f5, maintaining the pin on white's knight. The tension in the position was palpable as both sides continued to maneuver their pieces. However, the most decisive moment occurred when white played 16.